Evacuated Northern California as destructive flames close in. And here in the east, heavy winds toppled this building, and now a new tropical threat brewing in the Atlantic. Rob has it all.
Breaking overnight, dangerous train derailment. Dozens of people injured when this car goes off the rails in Sacramento. We're live on the scene.
Major crackdown. The FBI raids 80 accused scammers charged with trying to steal $46 million from everyday people and businesses, hacking into emails and using online romance schemes.
Elevator horror. A 30-year-old killed in Manhattan when the elevator in his apartment building suddenly plunges. Now the demand for answers. Did the building ignore past problems?
Hot car rescue caught on police body cam. A 5-month-old baby trapped inside on a day temperatures reached 107 degrees.
I'm not an adolescent mom.
The mother now facing charges after what she calls an accident.
Skydiving scare, the parachuter plunging thousands of feet, surviving, walking away with just scratches.
And in love with Lover, Taylor Swift's huge album dropping overnight, already on track to break records. The clues in her new songs, the surprise cameos, and the news she made right here on GMA.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Happy Friday. It was a happy morning here yesterday with Taylor Swift, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it made everybody a little bit more joyful. And guess what? That hasn't stopped because her new album dropped overnight after that incredible performance. It is now the top trend right now on Twitter and iTunes. There was a lot of anticipation. People right now are calling this her most personal album yet, and she's always very personal, so I can't wait to hear more.
Looking forward to hearing that. She was so great yesterday. Looks like you guys had a lot of fun, too. First, though, we do have a lot of news to get to, and we're going to begin with that wild weather, coast-to-coast. Severe storms right here in the east and out west. Triple-digit temperatures are fueling dangerous wildfires. One of them in Northern California called the Mountain Fire, already scorching 600 acres in just one day. Rob is here tracking it all. Hey, Rob.
Hi, good morning, Cecilia. It's been a relatively quiet fire season so far. We're hoping it stays that way, but we had this fire break out last night in Shasta County. This is not far from where the Carr Fire burned 1,000 homes last year. This year, this fire has 1,000 homes threatened. 3,800 people have been evacuated. They only have 20% containment. A lot of erratic winds. You mentioned the high levels of temperatures, low levels of humidity. That's not a good combination. So we're heading into peak fire season, also getting into peak hurricane season. We're watching this off the coast of Florida right now. It doesn't look much now, just a little broad area of low pressure, but the National Hurricane Center has flagged this for probable development here. Over the next 5 days, 60% chance of becoming a tropical cyclone. That means a depression and or a named storm as it rolls up the Florida coastline, Georgia coastline, South Carolina, North Carolina. By Monday, you see more of an intense swirl there and some intense rain bands expected for the coastlines of the Carolinas. Also for Florida, locally 4 inches of rainfall from Melbourne down to Miami, where they've seen over a foot above average for rainfall. So it's been very wet there. And it was a rough night here in New York. We'll talk more about those storms a little bit later.
Yeah, those storms are powerful. Okay, Rob, thanks very much. None of that breaking news overnight. Dozens injured in a train derailment in California. At least 13 people taken to the hospital. ABC's Adrian Bankert is there in Sacramento. Good morning, Adrian.
Good morning to you too, George. And we're told by Sacramento Regional Transit that this happened when a passenger train collided with a maintenance train on the tracks. We do know that 27 people were injured. 13 were transported to local trauma centers here. Sacramento fire crews were able to rush on board and to assist those who needed medical attention. We know that people described being jolted around on the train. One person's leg was split open when they were thrown when that collision happened. And we do know that Sacramento Regional Transit is investigating. Sacramento officials are telling us that there were 3 people on board that maintenance train, but none of them were injured. And the good news, there were no critical injuries and there were no fatalities. Sacramento Regional Transit will continue looking into how this all happened. Amy?
All right, Adrian Bankert, thank you so much. Well, now to that massive bust, the FBI charging 80 people with trying to scam at least $46 million out of their victims by using fake online romance schemes or hacking businesses. ABC's Clayton Sandell has more on the story. Good morning, Clayton.
Hey, good morning to you, Amy. We have all gotten those bogus emails from a certain Nigerian prince who promises to share his vast fortune as long as you give him your bank account number. Well, investigators say these schemes are now becoming more sophisticated and expensive, costing victims in this case millions of dollars. This morning, 14 people accused of financial fraud are in real handcuffs, busted by federal agents. This takedown in Los Angeles, part of what investigators say is an international organized crime ring targeting everyday people and corporations, stealing $6 million, trying to get away with $40 million more.
We believe this is one of the largest cases of its kind in U.S. history.
Here's how authorities say it worked. Investigators say the alleged con men went online targeting the brokenhearted and elderly. One using a romance scheme to convince a 48-year-old Florida widow he was a military doctor stationed overseas. She wired him $87,000, telling the FBI she considered suicide when she learned the truth.
The Nigerians are famous in variations of that scam, whether it be romance, whether it be targeting the elderly, getting them to send money, to send bank information so they can ultimately steal money from a bank account.
32 victims in all, including an 87-year-old woman suffering from dementia, tricked out of more than $500,000. Other schemes stole from dozens of businesses.
The fraudsters will often hack a company's email system, impersonate company personnel, and direct payments to bank accounts that funnel money back to the fraudsters in Nigeria.
Officials say those 14 people arrested are just the tip of the iceberg. 80 people in all were named in the indictment, but most of those are overseas in Nigeria. Half a dozen suspects, though, are still on the run here in the U.S. Amy?
All right, Clayton Sandell, thank you so much. And this morning, there are new developments in the effort to protect consumers against those annoying robocalls. Major phone companies are now working with the attorneys general from all 50 states and D.C. to crack down. The companies will offer free call blocking tools for cell phone customers. No timeline yet about when this all will happen. By the way, in case you were wondering, Americans get about 5 billion robocalls each month.
Half of them on my cell phone,
Yes.
I think. We're going to turn now to an emergency landing in Hawaii that sent 7 people to the hospital. A plane leaving California with 177 passengers on board filled with smoke. The passengers and crew members using an evacuation slide to escape. Our senior transportation correspondent David Curley has the story. David, wow, this was really a terrifying final 20 minutes of this flight for these guys.
Very scary, Cecilia. The first warning to pilots was ominous, and the passengers knew immediately that something was wrong when the cabin filled with acrid smoke.
Just 20 minutes before landing in Hawaii, this jet suddenly fills with smoke.
It was a very, very terrifying moment, and I thought I was going to die.
Nearly 200 passengers on board the flight from Oakland.
They came by with some wet cloths for everyone to breathe through with the smoke because it was really getting thick.
The initial warning, smoke in the cargo hold. The pilots declare an emergency.
Hawaiian 47, visual full right emergency aircraft. We will be evacuating on the runway.
The emergency personnel are standing by.
Everybody on board was very, very nervous. Babies and children were crying and screaming.
As soon as the jet stops, the pilots deploy the slides to quickly evacuate the Airbus A321. 5 adults and 2 children taken to the hospital because of smoke inhalation. Hawaiian Airlines says an engine seal failed, allowing hot oil to burn and bleed into the cabin air system.
Now, some airlines use an oil preservative that contains a carcinogen. Hawaiian Airlines has not responded to our inquiry of whether or not they use that chemical in their oil. George?
David Curley, thanks. To the White House now, where President Trump is set to depart for Europe today and a tense summit with America's closest allies at the G7 summit. The last 2 summits were steeped in controversy. That seems likely this time, too. So let's bring in our chief White House correspondent, John Carlin. John, the president is already shaking up the schedule with his call for a special meeting on the global economy.
A meeting that will happen Sunday morning, George, and it's likely to be a contentious one. Our European allies are especially concerned with the president's actions on trade, the tariffs he has already imposed, and his threat to impose more. He's threatened to impose tariffs on everything from cars to cheese to French wine. The president set the tone yesterday when I asked him about warning signs about the U.S. economy, and he said that the U.S. is doing great economically. It's the rest of the world that's the problem.
That's what the president told you yesterday, but there is some concern behind the scenes at the White House about a potential slowdown or recession as we head into the election next year. And we've seen the president and his team this week all over the map on what to do about it.
There's no question about that, George. The U.S. economy continues to grow, and publicly you hear from the president's closest advisors that they think that the economic indicators are all still strong. but you can see the back and forth about whether or not there needs to be an economic boost, the back and forth about doing a payroll tax cut. Yesterday, the president's top economic advisor said that there will be no temporary tax cut put in place, but that the president may campaign on a new tax cut in the upcoming election.
The president also backed off those calls for background checks and guns earlier in the week, but a top Democrat, top gun control advocate in the Senate is not giving up hope.
Yeah, this is really interesting. The president says that he had a meeting about gun issues last night at the White House. He's looking into bipartisan measures. And Chris Murphy, who was one of the top Democrats in the Senate on the gun issue, said that he talked to the White House yesterday. And look at this. He says they have not walked away from improving background checks. I am skeptical we can reach a consensus, but I am willing to stay at the table over the next few weeks. So it seems like there is some movement on this. But, George, I got to tell you, on this issue, the president has been all over the map.
Yep, he sure has. Okay, John Carl, thanks very much. Amy?
Well, George, as the president faces the crisis over mass shootings, new threats are raising concerns. 2 high schoolers, both in Florida, arrested for reportedly threatening to shoot up their schools. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more.
This morning, a Florida high schooler is in custody after authorities received a tip about a threat he allegedly posted on a social media app. According to police, the boy posted he wanted to shoot up his school.
Our principal announced it on the loudspeaker, talking about it, and it's really nothing to joke about.
According to the police report, the boy wrote, "This is a genuine feeling. I want people to suffer." This is just the latest in a string of arrests since the mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, targeting Latinos, and Dayton, Ohio, less than 3 weeks ago.
Put your hands on your back.
Just this week, these Florida deputies arrested a 15-year-old boy with his mom by his side for allegedly threatening to shoot up his school.
Kids say stuff like that all the time. It is a joke to them. It's a game.
Do you own a gun?
I have a gun, yes.
Okay, so he has hands and feet. He can grab your gun and go do something.
The teen's arrest came on the same day as this dramatic arrest in the very same county.
Do you have any weapons we need to know about?
25-year-old Tristan Wicks, seen here in body cam footage of his arrest after he allegedly texted his girlfriend his intentions to shoot as many people as he could. Police and federal authorities say at least 14 people have been arrested this month, all of them plotting or expressing interest in carrying out mass attacks. The FBI acknowledges the concern that previous high-profile attacks could inspire more domestic terrorists. They also say they're taking a more, quote, aggressive stance in addressing online threats and tips. But exactly what that means in tactics and what's different now is not clear. But, guys, police are emphasizing the importance of notifying them if you see any suspicious posts or anything threatening online.
The effectiveness of see something, hear something, say something.
Exactly.
All right, Stephanie, thank you.
Say that enough. Now to the investigation into an elevator accident that killed a man right here in New York. The elevator plunged as he tried to exit. Lindsay Davis is outside that apartment building. And Lindsay, this building has been cited for elevator problems in the past.
Yes, just 3 months ago, in fact, they were fined for a second elevator inside this building. And Cecilia, I have to tell you, I saw the surveillance video. Not sure that I've ever used the word atrocious, but that's exactly how I would describe the video. In fact, it's way too graphic for us to show you here this morning. And many of the witnesses who were walking by, they went like this, immediately blocking their eyes to avoid seeing the scene that was playing out in front of them.
This morning, an investigation is underway to determine how a routine elevator ride turned deadly.
Report of an elevator drop with person possibly trapped.
Investigators say 6 people were on board an elevator inside this 22-story Manhattan apartment building. When 30-year-old Samuel Waisbrand tried to exit, the elevator suddenly dropped, crushing him to death. Hours later, the victim's heartbroken father speaking out, claiming the building's elevators have long been problematic.
One or the other elevators was always out of service. And he was frustrated by it, and I know the other tenants were frustrated by it. And we thought it was ridiculous.
The building had been fined nearly $1,300 in May for unsafe elevator conditions of their second elevator. Inspectors stating the door zone restrictor has been tampered with, disabled, and rendered inoperative.
Super scary. They always jump between floors. It's like that Halloween Horror Nights thing when you're in that scary elevator that hops up and down. It's really bad.
The Department of Buildings, along with the police, are now investigating that surveillance video. They released a statement to ABC News saying that elevators are the safest form of travel in New York City due to the city's stringent inspection and safety requirements.
All right, such a tragic story. Lindsay Davis, thank you. We're going to switch gears now to the album that fans can't stop talking about, Taylor Swift's Lover, trending huge right now as reaction also comes into that announcement she made right here on GMA about re-recording her old albums. Chris Connolly is in Los Angeles with all the details. Hey, Chris.
Hey, good morning, Amy, and it's a good morning for Taylor Swift fans. The new album's out, new video too, and yes, for Swift herself, a new master plan. You know that expression, don't get mad, get even? Well, how about doing both and doing it with a smile? Overnight, Taylor Swift dropping a video of the title track to her new album, Lover, as her fans rejoice on social media in the wake of the long-awaited album's release last night. All of it coming just hours after her live appearance on GMA.
One thing about this album that's really special to me is that it's the first one that I will own of my work.
In conversation with Robin Roberts, the 29-year-old pop unicorn declaring she'll be using her voice in a more defiant manner late next year.
And you've also said that you're planning on re-recording some of your music. Is that true? Wait a minute. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, that's true, and it's something that I'm very excited about doing because my contract says that starting November 2020, so next year, I can record albums 1 through 5 all over again. So.
By re-recording her first 5 albums and all their career-defining hits, from You Belong With Me, to We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, Swift is also looking to stick it to the man. One man in particular, Scooter Braun, who's managed such acts as Kanye West and Justin Bieber. Braun snapping up the rights to Swift's master recordings from her old label in a $300 million deal back in June. Her new versions would seek to supplant the ones Braun controls.
I think that artists deserve to own their work. I just feel very passionately about that.
Swift's forceful advocacy has made that a hot topic once more. In the 90s, Prince stopped using his name and wrote Slave on his face during a dispute with his record label. 26 years later, it's Taylor Swift, ready and eager in every way to own it.
Look what you made me do.
Not unheard of for artists to re-record their hits, but for now, lots of new music from Taylor Swift to listen to. Guys?
I'm excited about that.
I love it. I'm downloading it all to go run to it. It's great.
She's found her voice in a lot of different ways.
Has.
Following a lot of other stories this morning, including that close call in a hot car. The mother's now defending herself after she left her 5-month-old behind. The rescue was caught on camera.
And our interview with the bellman who witnessed that scene when a Connecticut father killed a hotel worker in the Caribbean. But first, let's go back over to Rob.
Guys, look at this damage out of Long Island last night. Midnight storm, 60-mile-an-hour winds. This warehouse toppling some brick onto cars. Not a good scene there. More severe weather to the south. Time for your weekend getaway now, brought to you by Amazon Prime Wardrobe.
Fall in love with thousands of brands with Prime Wardrobe.
Grab the umbrella out the door. It's not going to be raining all day long. Scattered showers, and especially in D.C., likely through the afternoon. Now, it's warm and muggy out the door. Temperatures are in the 70s, but look, guys, we stay in the 70s all day long. So after our 6-day heat wave, below average temperatures today, right on into the weekend. Comfortably cool in the morning, so give the AC a break. Open the windows, 50s and 60s in the mornings, and your Saturday and Sunday afternoon, high temperatures in the lower 80s.
French Montana?
Oh, yeah.
Coming up. We'll be right back. Happy Friday.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis,
Every day can begin with flakes. It's a reminder of your struggles with psoriasis.